All right, what's up? I am up to, I guess it's page 4. I thought for a second it was 5. This is page 1 that was inked. And then page 2 is drawn. Page 3 is drawn. And then there's page 4. I drew that this morning. And I feel pretty good about it. Although I might take this. This is one of those guards getting shot with an arrow from Celeste. I don't know how far I'm going to go with this today. How far can you go? It is cool to get 4 pages kind of prepared. All right, this is Luminary. Oops, come on. What happened? Let's try again. This character up front here is Luminary. I'm wondering if I should do the sound effects first. I think we'll just go ahead and, well, let's do the sound effects. I've always been taught to do whatever's in front comes first. So anyway, well, what is the nonsense that is going on today? Hopefully nothing. I'm wondering if I should always put the H behind. Maybe next time I'll do the H in front of the W. These sound effects are a little bit faked up. They kind of started as just like font lettering, and then I kind of turned them into pencil lettering. But they definitely had their origins as a font. That I changed up. All right, well, how about this? Let's make the P in front this time. Looking at sound effects, it's hard to do. My big influence for these are the sound effects that are in Dark Knight Returns. Take a look at those. Your typical Frank Miller sound effects. And then the other ones I really like are Alex Toth, which I know you're probably thinking, he was going to say Jack Kirby. How about Jack Kirby in third place? I like the batang sound effects. Certainly the this O is behind, so let's make this O in front. I've always considered the Kirby sound effects to be great. You know, they're very over the top. All right, if that's, we can go with this P behind because we did the last one in front. I know a couple of tricks for them. One is to just do it. Just get a font and letter it, and then take that, make it its own layer. Knock the opacity out, and trace over the top, and you'll get some human-looking lettering at the end. There it is, human lettered. You can even do the same trick without following the font too much, but what you're following is the spacing. That's always the toughest thing to do in lettering. Spacing is not easy. And then what's the other tough thing to do? Line weights. That's something that nothing can help you with. You have to just figure it out. Line weights is, it only comes with experience. Like, I don't even think I even noticed line weights when I was, pretty new. Now I seem to be dealing with them constantly. All right. The other thing you need to do is control your line weights. It's also a challenge. See the bottom of that H? That's not a great line weight. Another trick I like is to do, if you just, like if you're me, I thought I would never get good at hand lettering anything. I have messy handwriting, for example. I'm looking at these and I'm not liking the, speaking of line weights. But if you work on your handwriting and use a fairly thick marker, you do it really thick in your own handwriting, and then you trace that on the extra layer. You can do it with tracing paper or electronically, like I'm doing it. He's looking a little dark. Oof, come on now. So next week I will be in Texas, starting on Tuesday. I'll probably mention this a couple more times. I'll announce it. And the reason I mention this is because I might not be able to do my videos. I might do them. I mean, I'm on a laptop, and this right up here is a webcam. And I do plan on bringing my iPad because I always draw. So my rig is very portable. All right, how does that look? That looks okay. I don't want any of the words to dominate unfairly. What's a square pixel? For this paragraph, I'm a little torn. I could put it in its own narration box, or I could just leave it. Leave it floating. I think it probably needs a narration box. Looking at it now. Luminary is a digital life form. But he's based on somebody who was alive. So in this story, there's nothing about Luminary, but I do have a backstory for him. He's a Snapper's mentor. Let's see. And also the mentor of Shadow Serpent, who's the true villain. But Shadow Serpent is, you've already seen him. Well, you've seen a shadow of him. That's Shadow Serpent. But in this particular adventure, Shadow Serpent is in the shadows, as you can imagine. Setting it up for a future thing. I better have. I'm still using my technical pen. That's why it's not the same. All right, let's take a look. A technical pen has very little variation to it. Doesn't have a lot of swing to it. That's why I don't like microns. Actually, I quite like the ink in microns, but I don't like microns in general. And it's precisely because they're very predictable. It makes sense that I would use the technical pen for the lettering, but not as much for the hologramic visage of Luminary. What does he look okay? He looks okay. Let's do this again. Okay. Oof, I'm a little bit unsymmetrical here. I have to admit, I find perfect symmetry to be a bit boring. But I think that's an improvement on the original pencil. Okay, not far away. It's a mysterious outpost. Let's go ahead and hit the narration box. All right, back to technical pen. Come on. All right. that just wants to sit right on top of it. I'm in the wrong layer. This is actually part of the panels layer. Let's go ahead and fix it, and we also want to go into bubbles here. Where's not far away? Not far away, right? Okay. Hang on, where am I? Am I still using a technical pen? Am I in bubbles? This is an old newspaper cartooning trick, I think. Whoops. Gives it kind of a fun look to me. All right, so I've already got bubbles up here. Let's get to bubbles. Attention, bee strangers. We have a crisis on our hands. Got all kinds of problems, looks like. I can just tell you I'm a bit worried about this because I think where this first sentence is a little too close to my narration box. Let's see if we can move it. Luminary. We're going to give him bold. Just center it right in there. Yeah, you shouldn't use that trick, this trick over here, just once per page. Don't use it on everything. Okay. Hey. Hey, it's looking good. Okay, let's knock out some panel borders. First one is right here. I think that's a little too thick, but let's see how it looks. It looks good. Okay, let's do the next one. This is kind of an unusual setup because I've got these four-way split panels. Does that look okay? It's going to have up at here, we're going to see a little bit of the Nexus outpost. I was thinking of maybe doing a gradient over here. So the idea is this isn't a planet, it's called the Galaxian Rift. Oh, I shouldn't have put it on this layer. But the idea is it's not just a planet. There's all kinds of dimensional portals and easy access to space. So they can go into space if they need to. In the early days of science fiction, it's like you didn't worry too much about the rules. And if you were playing with action figures, you don't worry too much about the rules. You know what I mean? Like, that's not scientific. I know. That was the least fun part of the adventures where the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles went into space. As they go up into space, and they can't breathe the atmosphere on the planet they end up on, and they can't speak the language of the dinosaurians. I mean, it was the dinosaur aliens were really cool, but other than that, it was kind of a challenged story. Okay, my cartooning language for hologram. All right, let's take a look. Let's get back onto panels. Let's do this panel. I showed this off, and somebody said, "Hey, that's a great layout." um, which I appreciate them saying that, but I almost disagree because I feel like it's a gimmick layout. What are you doing? Try it again. Which I'm saying, I guess it kind of works. I've definitely seen similar. I mean, comics are filled with gimmick layouts all the time. People love them. My very first Kubert class, one of the other students, and I would definitely say he was the other most enthusiastic student, but he loved those gimmick layouts. So like we were asked to illustrate a scene, like a battle scene, and one of the characters has a shield. So in the first panel, they're coming up with their shield. And what he did was he did the whole page as the character with the shield, and then he had the shield kind of split into different parts to show the battle. And which I'll admit, kind of it was creative. Um, and I quite like that guy. But I have to say, was it great storytelling? I'm not sure. I don't know. I mean, gimmicks feel like gimmicks. They're meant to impress you initially, but then might end up making his axe smaller. All right, let's take a look. Take our pencils out. Does it seem to show something right away? All right, let's go back up. We're going to go to ink. We're going to go to the brush I likes. Yeah, I think I definitely want to do um, well, this is going to be hard. So it's got like this weird alien forest here. And then we've got like a little planet or sun or something. I have a way to do like really nice painterly stars and nebulas and stuff, but I'm not sure if I want to use it on this because I kind of like the cartoony look, the flat black look. So let's do this instead. All right. Do the whole thing in black. And then I'll start picking out stars. Over here, over to here. So let's start with, what's the best way to do that? Not just the same line now. All right, let's try this. No, I thought maybe that would work. I forgot that this line. Nope. Let's give it a shot. Okay, that worked. Where's the hole? Oh, there we go. Still doesn't like it. Must be down here. All right. How does that look? That looks pretty good. Okay. Make sure these people are all good. Okay. The W is bad. That's I can see the problem. I think it's right there. It's starting to look good. But of course, what we're going to do is we're going to add um, some stars and some other like textury type effects. All right. And now I also want to be able to use black shadows against the outpost, so I think we need to start fading our shadows out, creating some kind of gradient. Far away. All right, let's get back to pencils. So what we're drawing right now, this is Nexus Outpost. This is the base of the Beast Rangers. Whoops, where am I? Nexus Outpost is a cliff top outpost where the Beast Rangers live. And they have all their vehicles and stuff. Like if this were a Saturday morning cartoon, this would be the ultimate action figure playset. It would be like that Guns of Navarone playset that was always in the Sears catalog. If you know, you know. All right. I think I can do even thinner lines. This is the Fortress of Solitude right here. This weird cliff. There's more pixels. All right, let's take a look. I could even do, if this was an old-timey comic thing, you would have an arrow. I mean, just to make it even that much more obvious. I think I can. I think I can get away with that. All right. Okay. The question is, let me get back to ink. Do I put this opposite cliff? Like, what if that cliff doesn't even need to be there? What if this is... Hold on. What if that cliff is not important? I think it's not important. I think what we can do is we can't just leave it hanging. Where's the pencil? Is we can do... Oof. Ink there. You can do these kind of... I like to do these little sort of mists. Mists are always mysterious. They're able to launch their ships from like the side of the cliff. And the same thing here. So we got all that stuff. It's white. All right. I'm not sure if this hatching from the bottom will work. I want to give the impression that it's darker as it gets down, further down. I was on, I don't know, I say I was on, I was watching Peter DeLuca. I said, wow, your cross hatching is great. And he goes, I'm just what I'm doing. And he explained it really simply. He's like, gets darker in this way and it gets lighter this way. I'm like, simplicity itself. That's all he was trying to do. Like I get stuck like, am I following the form with the contour lines? What's going on here? Sometimes you got to go back to the first principles. This is a shade. All right, hang on. Oh, that looks good. And everyone understands that this is an alien forest. You know, does it make sense to have like a little serpent creature flying out? Hmm. Here's some stars. I have a brush that just automatically makes stars, but they're a little bit too painterly for what this is supposed to be, you know? I don't think that creature's working. That's all looking pretty good. This page also serves as our first glimpse of the Beast Rangers. So you get to first see them for the first time. All right, that first panel looks like there's tons of information in there. I think we got a good start. 45 minutes in. I'll be working on this a little bit more today. I'm going to do the live drawing show. tonight at 5 in about 3 hours, 2.5 hours. And I will talk to you later.